Good morning and welcome to Wake Up with the Consciousness Cafe. My name is Lisa Ferraro. I'm the founder and spiritual director of SoulCall Ministries. And I am so excited to welcome body worker and energy healer, Nicole Warner. Welcome. And
Thank you.
She's one of my body workers. And I got to tell you, you're amazing. I'm very picky. People know me to be very picky about things like this. And how many times have I fallen asleep on your table? I don't know if I'm snoring or not, but like within minutes of a big trip. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm very glad to be here.
You know, when we say words like energy healer, I want to get this right off the bat. Some people's minds immediately go to, okay, woo-woo. Help us, beautiful Nicole, help us to bring woo-woo down to earth.
Well, very simply, everything is made out of energy. So chemistry and science, every living thing, everything a matter, everything is molecules. And so if you break it down to your hand, every cell is energy. So everything is energy. And when you think of, it's sort of like, you can also think of Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is energy, the telephone, the cell phones, electricity, turning a light switch on, it's all energy, just different pathways. So in our body, we are energetic beings. There's no other way around it. And we have, if you're at all familiar with the acupuncture system, there is meridian lines or pathways, or energetic pathways, and they just shoot up and down the body. They move through, they move around. And that's where acupuncturists will treat us with the needles. They're kind of helping us work through the pathway. So there's many types of energy work. There's Reiki and there's, other things, but basically this is very simple. The energy work I do is something called applied kinesiology or muscle testing. And there is, because we are all energetic beings, backing it up a little bit, if you interact with any person, when you walk into a room, well, they can measure, okay, I'm jumping around a bit. Your brain has energy waves, frequency and vibration that can be measured about an inch outside of your head. So their science will measure that. Your heart is measured, there's tools to measure maybe 3-4 feet, but there are people that say that it can go 12 feet out, that your heart can be measured about 12 feet out. That energy, that frequency, that vibration can go that far. So if you walk into a room and you feel funny, or maybe like you can sense that somebody is they have tension or they're stressed. Some people can feel this, not everybody. I'm an empath, people who are more sensitive to feeling the needs of others, feeling the emotions, and they wonder, why do I feel all this? It's because we're more sensitive. Everybody can feel this stuff. It's who's sensitive enough.
I'm going to ask you how you found your way to the path of a life as an energetic healer, as a massage therapist. You as healer, was that your soul's calling, or when did you realize you had a gift for this?
I was in college for sociology, actually, and I was getting massages because I had migraines all the time. I had lots of body aches. So I started going to massage therapists, and I kept wanting to know what they were doing. It worked. It was awesome. So then I realized very quickly that I wanted to go into school for massage therapy. But I knew I had to finish what I was doing first. So a couple years later, probably 2 or 3 years later, I did go home, but I was having a lot of pain. And I found out at the same time that I had fibromyalgia, or I think maybe it was called leaky gut, or maybe it's currently was called leaky gut, but at the time they didn't know. This was 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So I went home, and 2005, I started seeing a chiropractor who did applied kinesiology, muscle testing, chiropractic, nutrition, and they actually helped me understand the different kinds of energy work and different kinds of holistic modalities to help me. Within 6 months, I was pain-free. I still had migraines, stomach aches, and different things, and so I had some nutritional stuff that I had to do. So it was about a 3-year journey to become like everything free. I mean, I felt amazing. And so that's when I went to some massage school. Moved back to Columbus. This was, and after massage school, I started getting into craniosacral therapy, which is also a whole other conversation. But I remember that the people who worked on me, where I got the most help was from the people who did the applied kinesiology, also called muscle testing. And so I decided I got to learn this. I got to learn these extra things, and what are they doing to speak to the subconscious.
You were saying right before we started, you were talking about how you weave all these things together, all of these modalities. And I loved, it was so beautiful the way you said you pray for guidance.
Definitely. So I was very skeptical of energy work to begin with, was raised a Christian and didn't really know what all this was about. So talking to my chiropractor, I mean, it was a little weird. Energy work is you hold your arm out, or muscle testing, you press on the arm, it's going to give you a yes and no answer. And so I talked to them, and they explained to me how God is helping them. So moving forward so many years, I definitely am a person who will pray for somebody. I have very faith-based, but I'm very open to helping whatever your faith is, whatever your background is, whatever your belief system is. If you're an atheist or anything, I have always prayed for understanding so that I can help whoever walks through my door. It doesn't matter where you've come from. Yeah. So I always ask God for help in everything I do. And it doesn't matter what your belief system is. If you're open, there's healing available.
Yeah. So we're also talking about, I love that. And thank you for sharing that, because I feel like that's the pinnacle of optimizing our opportunities to work together, to share our gifts. If we tune into the one source of it all, we use our gift to help each other, as Ram Dass would say, walk each other home. But we can enjoy this home while we're here too, a lot more effectively. Like fibromyalgia is quite debilitating, people that suffer with that. Yeah. So hear that you were able to co-create with other people, like you really had to put your mind and your heart into it. What I like is you can tune into what other people need because you tune into source, because just being on the receiving end of it. But the idea of healer, not heal thyself, but help thyself. We were talking about how overworked right now parents can be, especially moms, in trying to navigate their own, set of circumstances around COVID, but now dealing with their children. And sometimes you were talking about filling up your own cup before you can offer others. What tips can you offer moms and people, just like a short little snip of what can we do to fill our cup of consciousness as we navigate through and stay healthy?
It's very difficult for many people.
Yeah.
One quick, easy way is to take your shoes off and stick your feet, walk in the grass or dirt, just to get grounded. That takes a few moments, and breathing. We need to breathe. Yeah. So I'm a yogi. I do a lot of yoga. So but there is no yoga without breath. There is no life without breath. Yeah. And it's essential that we are able to breathe, because if we can control our ins and our outs, our breathing, then we become grounded, we become calm, and we immediately start to lower our nervous system to receive that peak, to have that calm sense. That's when we start our muscles relax, and we're able to give ourselves a minute to check in with who we are. So that's the very first simple step, is to just get connected to the earth, calm down, breathe. Yeah. If you can breathe, you can do amazing things.
Well, I think it's funny how often we don't consider that there's electricity in the ground. Nikola Tesla talked about all of this, and we don't really need it in wires.
Right.
My head's tingling when I'm saying this.
Me too. Felt it.
We're gonna get. Did you feel it? It's us. Zing. It's true. A lot of us weren't taught. Many people weren't taught how that actually works without wires, but it does. Hence wireless system and all these kinds of things. And right now there's something, I like to say this as I speak to you, something is carrying my voice across nothing. There's something. There's always something there. And so the earth, we're made of a lot of what the earth elements are and the stars in the sky. And so being grounded in the planet we're on. I think that's key too, listening to the ease with which you shifted gears on different modalities, recognizing that the weaving of all of them is that we are on a planet that supports us.
Yes.
And bringing woo-woo down to earth means participating with what the earth is supporting us with. It's
Yes.
not, we're not pulling it out of nowhere. It's right here
No.
every day
Right.
for us. You know, we're going to be hearing from you too. I'm very excited you said yes to an opportunity. Reverend David Leonard and I are going to be teaching another class called Healers on Healing. And it's a 10-week course starting September 2nd. And in the middle of that, on a Saturday from 9 to noon, we're going to invite you and a few other healers who are alive on the planet, doing their great works. You are with us, fortunately, here in Columbus, Ohio, and some will be from other parts of the country, just offering little tidbits of healers on healing, how we can keep ourselves balanced. And I appreciate the breath work. What else would you like to share with us this morning? We have just a few more moments, like parting words, things that make the biggest impact on you in your work.
Well, one thing is you can do anything you want. Anything you want at all. If you believe you can do it, you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I always encourage people, anything you want to do, you can do it.
Yeah.
And the fear is on the other side, or your freedom is on the other side of your fear.
Beautiful.
So moving forward, a lot of people are stuck. That is a big thing I help people with, is helping them push forward, whether it's through pain or emotional stress. And you got to breathe, slow down and breathe.
Yeah. I appreciate you so much. And tell us your website, and tell us a little bit about your newsletter. You contribute to the SoulCall newsletter in the Coach's Corner, which I'm so grateful. But your website.
It's innerwisdomhealingcenter.com.
Okay.
It's being revamped.
Great. Yeah.
We have 7 practitioners here and several other healing modalities. And I'm always available for prayer, support, just drop me a line, that kind of thing, an email. If someone can't afford to come in, there's other ways that I can support people.
Excellent. Nicole, thank you so much for being with us this morning, and for
Thank
being
you,
who
yes.
you are, and turning your life around in that, instead of just suffering, like you said, you turned your fear into freedom, and you got hands-on with it. So thank you for being with us this morning. And wherever you are on your journey, take this wisdom into your week. This evening, we've got soul sessions, and it starts at 7 p.m. It's music and meditation. And we appreciate all of your donations to SoulCall Ministries. You help us to empower each other as we focus on the needs of women and children. Each dollar helps us to empower women and children who are in challenging circumstances, find their inner soul, their soul's voice, and bring their light into the world. So wherever you are on your path, we say thank you, and know that you are loved.
Thank you.